I know that Bobby Kennedy has been the victim of an effort to censor his voice. And I have to say that I've been the victim of this same effort to censor free speech in this country. I am a scientific dissident. I've been a professor at the School of Medicine at Stanford for over 20 years. The Great Barrington Declaration, how many people signed it? God bless every one of you. It was a document I wrote with professors at Harvard and Oxford in October of 2020. The world was locked down. We had closed our schools, we had closed our businesses, we had closed our churches on the idea that it was necessary for our health. But I knew for a fact that that was a lie, that there were tens of thousands of doctors and scientists who said that we didn't need to lock down. We didn't need to close our schools, we didn't need to close our businesses, we didn't need to close our churches. We proposed instead better protecting vulnerable older people. We proposed not disrupting the lives of our children. Following similar ideas, the Swedish Public Health Authority protected human life much better than Americans. In fact, they have among the very best outcomes in protecting human life during the pandemic without lockdowns, without disrupting the lives of our children. Their kids suffered no learning loss at all during the pandemic. Their elderly were protected better, and their young people lived as close to a normal life as possible. Lockdown California, my kids didn't see the inside of a classroom for a year and a half. Florida opened its schools, and they have higher life expectancy and better outcomes, economic outcomes, psychological outcomes, and health outcomes than California did locked down. The sad thing I want to share with you is that the powers that be inside the federal government decided they did not like our declaration one bit. The head of the NIH wrote to Tony Fauci 4 days after he wrote it, calling for a devastating takedown of the declaration and of me. It was part of a broad federal effort to censor any critics. The way the government censored voices is by telling social media platforms who to censor and what ideas to censor. If you've had a post taken down by Facebook, if you've had a post taken down by Twitter during the pandemic, it's almost certain it's because the government actors, the Surgeon General's office, the CDC, the NIH, even the FBI, and the White House itself were telling social media companies to censor you. The good news is we now know what they're up to. We know how they did it and why they're doing it. And we can fight back. We have the Twitter files which told us what they were doing. We have court cases. A federal judge declared what they were doing an Orwellian ministry of truth. It's the kind of thing that should never happen in a country with the First Amendment, but it did. So, what's the punchline? Free speech is essential for our health. Free scientific... We need dissidents. We need dissident voices in public health because they're very often right. The government censored because it knew it was wrong. We need people like Bobby Kennedy and any other politician that wants to support free speech. We need those voices to restore the First Amendment in this country, because that is how we protect our health and how we protect our democracy. You know, I work in public health, and I don't believe that public health should be political. So I'm deeply uncomfortable. I want to say public health should be suitable equally for Democrats, for Republicans, for independents, everyone alike. It's something I think we can all as Americans get behind. And so I am glad to work with anybody who speaks for free speech at a time like now when they are in peril. And I'm delighted that Bobby Kennedy has lent his considerable voice to the cause. Thank you very much.